Welcome back to another weekly preview. AK47 PrimeTradingInvestments.com right here, and watching a crazy comeback from the USA here in this year's Ryder Cup, getting demolished the first 2 days. Crazy comeback today. And what you're missing here on my live stream, Dual Stream Fridays. This last Friday, having my man Jay Trades. That's right, my boy.
So instead of just looking at one chart, I'm looking at different charts to kind of give me an idea on what the market is doing.
That's right.
It just takes time. Take your time to figure it out.
I will post that tomorrow. And every Friday, I have a phenomenal trader from across the globe joining me on Dual Stream Fridays. I put a post out about that. Let's see. One of my last posts that I put out was about Dual Stream Fridays. Had Matt on, had Jay Trades on. I got Rick Caesar coming on next Friday. I'm going to have more and more traders coming on every Friday joining me. So you can come join me on my YouTube page every single Friday for free. And on top of the fact, at the end of every month, the last Friday of every month, I'll do a roundtable. And where to join me? When it's not free, PrimeTradingInvestments.com. Of course, I have that link out there for you all the time. Morning alerts. I've got traders up $200, $300, $400, even $500,000 on these morning alerts alone. Live stream is $70 a month. Free, or I'll say free. Live access from me Monday through Friday. You'll get a WhatsApp link sent to you, or you sign up for WhatsApp, but you'll get a link sent to you every single day in WhatsApp, and of course, that's where the morning alerts come through. I made it easy on myself at first. I've got traders over 120, 30 around the globe that have signed up for these, literally. So that's why WhatsApp, they're 1, 2, 3 minute long breakdowns from small cap plays, then to large cap plays, letting you know what to trade, where I'm trading, what you should be trading, or to leave trades alone. Live stream access Monday through Friday. In pre-market, into the opening bell, getting trades in throughout the whole entire day. Banger trades. Absolutely. $700 for the year. I'll get more out there for, like, if you want to do the half year, maybe some lifetime memberships. And like, if you have neither one of them, this is one of the best deals you ever make in your life. For $1,000, you get a year's worth of morning alerts and a year's worth of live stream access. You need one-on-one help. Of course, that's why I created PrimeTradingInvestments.com, so you could come over here and do one-on-ones with me. Zoom sessions, 1 hour long. As soon as you sign up, you go to my, or you'll have a calendar you can go to, and you can see exactly my calendar, my dates open of where you want to do. I do them in pre-market, opening bell, after the opening bell, in market hours, or in after hours. Go over your trades. You trade live with me. There's so many things to learn and do in those one-on-ones. And eventually, I'm going to get PrimeTradingInvestments.com, so when you actually come to the website, when you come here every single day, you'll just be able to log in. And once you log in, guess what? Boom, there'll be a live stream link you just click right there, so you can have it on your phone, tablet. Of course, you just go right here every single day. Once you log in, you'll have access at PrimeTradingInvestments.com, and of course, they'll have a YouTube link as well, so you can click on that. You know, if you want to make it a little easier on your phone or your tablet or whatnot. That's coming soon. We can go just straight to my website, log in, and you get the live access. Now, for morning alerts this week, or more a weekly preview, I guess I should say, small caps still spiking. We're still getting these crazy after hours runners, but they're just not holding their gains. We're getting this day in, day out, good after hours runs where the tickers, unfortunately, in the end, aren't holding their gains. Let's go back to Thursday's after hours runner into, gosh, I can't remember what it was on Friday, but we did have an we had an after hours runner Friday. Maybe it was Wednesday. Let's go back to it right here. Was it PepG maybe, possibly? IMRA. Was it PepG? I think it was PepG maybe one day last week that PepG did this. Let's go back to PepG. Yeah, see? They're spiking up, but they're not really doing much afterward. I know have been some other ones that I'm missing right here from last week. Oh, gosh, I can't remember. SGBX was another one. But you can see here, was it SGBX? They're just not holding their gains. Look at that. That was from 8 to 14 back on down. So we're getting some great spikes in pre-market. Getting some great spikes, as you can see here, going back to JFB and after hours. What happens a lot of the time, these plays just don't really do much the next day. So just pay attention to that. And I think we'll hit a little bit of a lull and a slowdown in small caps for the next week, 2 or 3, to where it's October 15th, 20th, and it really is our slowest week. We aren't getting really many big spikes. And then at the end of October is where we see those big spikes again. That's usually what generally happens. The very end of September, 1st of October, we slow down. You're not getting the big movement. And then all of a sudden, again, we get these crazy big runners again, like the QMs, Octo that turn into orbs, all those big movers. We'll get that. But again, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't slow down and we just keep getting this kind of Plays that aren't holding, but we're still getting crazy spikes. I mean, this is a great spike for after hours. You know, that for I'll go back to 22, 23, and even into last year in 2024. You were very rarely seeing after hour spikes like this. Very rarely in 22 to 24. All of a sudden, since about June, July, we're starting to see this all over again, which you used to see a lot more in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Where shorting the top was usually the best shorts. Spiking was happening. Bounces were happening. Not a lot of trends were developing because we're getting a lot of more volatile movement. Straight up, straight down more movement. Not a lot of trend lines. Not a lot of downtrends a lot of the time. Not a lot of shelves or support areas being, not like a lot of consolidation a lot of the time. Let's go to large caps. And that's another thing too. Not a lot to break down this week. I think we get trapped up in a channel. Why? Old resistance becoming new support. We'll go to the 4 hour and kind of zoom in here. I don't want to go too far back, but you can see where we've been bouncing at. I need to get rid of my Star Wars lines back there. But our old support area and our old resistance area. Old resistance area is now becoming support again. Now is becoming support. And so I think we ride out in this channel where we may make new all-time high. But I think that top, as you can see, we're slowly but surely not, like I talked about this in previous weekly previews, where the top is slowly but surely kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller. We're not making bigger and bigger highs. We're getting smaller and smaller highs. So let's just go through this, and I think we'll hold these lines for the week at the bottom. So go to the 15-day, 15-minute time frame now that you know that those lines are, right? Old resistance line, old trend line, and this was this most recent trend line that I have in right here. That's why that line's in. That's what this from this uptrend channel right there. And I'm sorry, I'm watching. If you see me look up, I'm watching the Ryder Cup. So on the way, not a good one there for Americans. There, we need this win here. On the way this week, on the way forward, I think this could be your ultimate low of the week. This will be your normal low of the week. So moving forward, watch our move back up. Normal high of the week, watch for move to 664.55, 665 area, and then up to this area. Ultimate high or normal high of the week will be this 667.35. Ultimate high of the week goes to 670 for your ultimate high of the week, 670. On the way back on down, normal low of the week is going to be somewhere right around the 657.50 to 658 area. Ultimate low of the week goes back down to around 652 or so. And just really going through the board, I think a lot of these plays do end up getting trapped. Now maybe Apple has a chance. I'm going to go through plays and mention briefly what I would like. A lot of the time when you get these big spikes up in an area you haven't been in for quite a while, and you can go back to the 4 hour time frame and see we have not been in this area for quite a while, right? What happens is you pop up and you end up just channeling out to the right. Now there is a chance we move back up to the 260 plus, which then would create some really good days in movement. I'm going to say that we stay channeled out to the right. But the two things to look for: cracking back under 251 or breaking over 257.60, 258. Rolling through the plays, leave AMD alone. Can't stand that play recently. Absolutely choppy mess. BABA, here's a good example of what I'm talking about when you kind of pop up into areas. This is all-time high that you've never been in before or haven't been in for a while. You kind of channel out to the right. Every once in a while you make that big new move out of nowhere, so you'd have to watch that for Apple. This is an example of what I mean for Apple. And I think BABA kind of starts to chop out to the right here as well with this overextension. I'm betting something like this happens right through here for the next week or so for BABA. Keep rolling through the alphabetical orders that I'm usually alerting in small cap or large cap plays, the mid cap plays. Not a big fan of Circle, honestly. Some good day trades there, but overall, just going back to the depth of it all, you can see we're just kind of channeling up where the top is right around 145. We'll see where the bottom gets created. It seems to be somewhere in the 110, 120 area. Over to Google, same thing as well. Makes this big move up in an area, all-time high we haven't been in before. What do? Start to chop around and move out to the right, right? So again, maybe back under 242, we start moving back on down and get some better charting, but still then we start running into the charting that we were in and chopping out to the right for a while before that. To me, going to all-time high would be best, but we're a ways away from that. So we're really just running through all these plays. I don't see a lot that I like this week. Meta, same thing here, going back to the 4 hour, really going back down into this big channel overall that we've been in right here, where the top seems to be right around 790, somewhere in the 790s. Bottoms all the way down, could it be around 740, 735? Is it all the way down to 720? But you can just see here, big pop up, and really just a lot of chops. Some days are good, some days aren't. And we've been that way with large caps, where it's hard for me to sit with one ticker every single day, because some days, or there will be some tickers, that you just chop out for quite a while. We make new all-time high for NVDA after this nice, good continuation up. And then there's just a lot of chops. Some days are good, and you go to it some days, not so good. Oracle, big mover again. Here's another good point of spike up. And then you just chop around. Some days are better than others, but then there's a lot of this big movement at the opening bell, which you can see overall. Big spike up. And you just kind of create a channel. So this is the theme I'm trying to show you with SPY, Apple, and across the board here. We really do seem to be just in this overall chop consolidation out to the right, where I don't think we're really going to start moving up too much anymore. Could eventually start to see that pullback that I know if you go back to my Tesla's a different beast. I will say this is my last one, but still even so, to the theme of popping up then sticking out to the right. Now this has that chance over 4, could have some big days. This would be the only caveat would be Tesla, that I think could have some big days and big movement and good days ahead. So Tesla's my baby, has been here recently, been the banger trade early mid-September into late August into mid-September. That little 2, 3, 4 week stretch was PLTR and Circle. Now it's been Tesla here recently. I really love some Tesla. And if this gets back over 450, again, you can see this has a lot of chart up ahead of it that has not been there for a while over 450. So you've got to go back to this all-time high area, and there's not a lot of chart there. Tesla is one that I really feel in this bull flag here on the daily could, and with this kind of higher low pattern, could really squeeze and get to go. So that's my favorite one of the week if you're looking for large caps. See you guys next week. Let's go USA. If we can't pull this comeback off, it's going to be crazy and miraculous, of one of the biggest ones ever. See you guys back next week.